Did you know that right now, major corporations are hijacking the tax reform process to create an enormous new tax loophole for themselves at the expense of middle and working class individuals? This loophole is called full expensing, and it's found in a document they refer to as the Tax Reform Blueprint. This unprecedented bill would destroy our economy by increasing income inequality, raising taxes on the 99%, crippling thousands of local businesses, eliminating millions of jobs, saddling borrowers with new taxes, and sending millions of homeowners underwater on their mortgages. The House Ways and Means Committee is working on passing this appalling bill as we speak. But the good news is that there's something concrete you can do right now to help stop them. Hundreds of thousands of people like you have already contacted their representatives in Congress to tell them to stand against this bill, and it's working. You can help turn the tide in Congress by taking the next 30 seconds to send your representatives a letter at www.taxreformtruth.org and then sharing this video with as many people as possible. Here's how the proposed legislation will work. Large corporations will receive an immediate 100% tax deduction for every new purchase they make. That means billionaires can completely avoid taxes forever just by buying more stuff. The taxes they would have paid will instead have to be paid by the rest of us. Why? Because of a process called budget reconciliation. It allows bills to pass with only a simple majority as long as the revenue that's lost in one place, the billionaire tax break, is balanced with revenue raised from somewhere else, new and increased taxes on the rest of us. That's right, you, me, our neighbors, local businesses, the 99%. This example might help. Let's say you have billions of dollars in assets. Congratulations, you can now purchase property or another business or whatever else you like for, say, $500 million, and then subtract $500 million from the amount of taxable income that you report to the government. But what if, after writing off 100% of your income, a portion of that $500 million deduction still remains unused? You get to carry the unused portion of that deduction with you and use it to reduce or eliminate your tax burden next year. And it will even grow bigger automatically every year to account for inflation. How is the government going to replace all that tax money so that they can reconcile the budget and get this bill passed? From us, the remaining 99% of taxpayers, by hitting us wherever and however they can. They've already begun cutting healthcare and education, and they're stacking this new tax reform package against us. For example, it introduces a new tax on borrowers that applies to the interest they're already paying out to big banks, and yet it gives the banks a tax write-off for their own interest expenses. These new taxes are so corrupt, they could actually send us back into a recession. Analysts across the political spectrum have published reports showing that this bill will tank property values, crush middle and working class individuals, prevent upward mobility, and wreak havoc on the economy as a whole, leaving future generations to inherit a country that's ripe for another depression. Most people agree that tax reform is needed, and the 99% don't mind paying our fair share. But these billionaires are trying to shift their entire tax burden onto us. We need tax reform that's good for everyone, not just the 1%. The full expensing loophole contained in the House Blueprint for tax reform is backwards and cruel, but it isn't hopeless. The most powerful way to influence Congress in a democracy involves the one way you are equal to a billionaire: your voice. Your signature counts the same as theirs. Your vote counts the same as theirs. And there are more of us than there are of them. Stand with us as we say, enough is enough. They'll have to earn their money by running better businesses, not by stealing it from us. And if you think the government won't listen to you, Christina Miller from the Department of Government and Politics at the University of Maryland says that direct contact from constituents is actually the single most consistent predictor of who lawmakers give their attention to. America's history is full of successful grassroots movements and petitions, from women's suffrage to civil rights to net neutrality and others. Your voice does matter, so join us. Tell Congress to put a stop to this bill. We can win this, but our time is running out. Visit www.taxreformtruth.org now to make a difference.